talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. The she need down the ride, oh I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Here's one more thing that I'm gonna put out there, and I'd like for you to address it when in one of your Zoom meetings. Is the Build a Fighting NALC movement considering any educational initiatives to inform members about their rights and the importance of collective bargaining? Because some people have zero idea. I know I train tons of people on a consistent basis coming from the outside world. They've never been in a union. So they have very little information. Oh man, I watch you on YouTube. I'm not talking about unions. Half the people don't want to hear about it. This is what you guys do. So is there going to be considering any educational initiatives to inform members about their rights and importance of collective bargaining? You're a shop steward. You can somehow select, and again, I will do my best to help you. Hey, this is just going to be union stewards all over this country Zoom meeting on this day. And at that point, you guys answer questions. Answer questions, because members have lots and lots of questions. Lots and lots of questions. I know people that go to their stations, they don't know who their shop stewards are. They have no idea. They don't know what a grievance is. They don't know how many days they have to be in training for. They don't know. There's so much they don't know. When do I get my uniform? When am I off probation? How do I file a grievance? Why did somebody file a grievance for me? What is cross-crafting? People have zero idea. There has to be a way that hey, look, man, Jeff, I know you're out there in California. I'm gonna have you on as a guest on this day. We're gonna talk about some things. I'd like for you to address the issue of XYZ. That will keep people involved in what you do. See, I say everything USPS JH, right? I talk about everything. I'm not mailman Nick. I'm not PSE clerk Jeff. I talk about everything. I have a broad scope. Because you have this movement that you're starting, you need to cover a lot of different areas to keep people involved with what it is that you do. You have a platform now that people are intrigued with, specifically because of the money and because they have no idea what's going on, which is opportunity for you. But it's also opportunity to educate the members and allow them to feel knowledgeable. So they said, well, my shop steward said, you don't know how to write a grievance about XYZ. I got to go out on sick leave. I just found out I have cancer. What can I do? They can't ask their regular shop steward these things. You have a scenario where you can bring people on. Me, I just call this person, call that person. They say, oh, I'll connect you to this person. It's networking, yes. But you have this as well. And because union is your thing, you'd be able to address 200,000 of your own people and give them some information, as well as help draw them to you so they can gravitate to you. Oh man, you ever watch Tyler, man? That guy knows what he's talking about. If he don't know, he got people on there that know what they're talking about. Yep. You stepped into the bad realm there, brother. You're gonna be the good guy and the bad guy.
To talk about that, just really quick, I know you put that out there, just think about longer term. I think absolutely. I think educational initiatives will be a part of this movement. I would really encourage people in the meantime, check out the Information Arbitration podcast by Walt in particular. He's incredible with the educational aspect, especially about the details. It's something I'm always trying to get better with, because I think while I have some sense of sort of the broader term things, I'm always working to be a better shop steward and learn the ins and outs of the contract. I also think educational initiatives internally also look at, let's look at the history of our union. Let's look at what we have done in the past not just about specific things about grievances, but how did we transform our union to win one member, one vote in the 70s, to get a reform leader elected in 78, Vincent Zambrano? How do we, fight to turn the job from what it was in 1969, 1970, which was a pretty low-paying job that relied on Congress for raises and all this crap. We turned it into a job that, when I first got a job at the post office, everyone said, like, especially older people, they always tell me, man, you got a good job. And I was making $16.76 an hour. And I thought, this is not the job it used to be. How do we learn from the past and how we fought for those things and why we lost them and how we can get back there? So I think that's really important. But also importantly, I think we want to create a union for education. And then we talk about this all the time, and the concern letter carriers ticket for 2026 is the big part of what they're talking about too. How do we create a union that educates the membership? Starting with the stewards, and how do we get that information from the stewards into the broader membership to the station level? And I think that's really what I'm interested in. But whatever we could do independently.
I don't want to be that guy, but there's gonna be a lot of people that say, well, a lot of union shop stewards don't want to share that information. A lot of them are in bed with management. So you're gonna have to deal with a lot of different roundabout questions, because I have people that are hitting me up, hey man, this, that, that. I said, oh, that's a union shop steward question. They're like, no, man, I can't. They're in bed with management. They're not gonna give me that answer. So can you find out from somebody? And that's shameful,
yeah,
but it's realistic.
I think part of
they have to get their information from somewhere.
I totally agree. And I think that would be one of the benefits of having a movement, a reform caucus, or something like that, a grouping where people could actually learn these things. I think part of transforming the union and getting the membership involved, fighting for a better leadership, part of that is transforming every layer of the union. If we have shop stewards who are not doing their job across the country, who are either because they're just complacent or because they're actually in bed with management, we have to kick them out. That is part of the process. We got to get someone in there who's a fighter. We need bulldogs, someone who can, enforce the contract, but also go further than that and play a role to help educate the membership, not just about the contract, but about what we're trying to fight for as a union, what our goals are, what our vision is, that sort of thing. I think that's all part of the same process.
Do you think that there are people out there that feel like you're just a disruptor?
I think that's inevitable. Anytime you try to change something, even if it's for the better, and you try to carefully message to say, this is not about any individuals, this is about the overall approach of our union, trying to make the union better. There's always going to be people who label you as disruptor, as you put it.
That's what they call it, yeah. But just like you said, people that are complacent. Complacency is the enemy of progress. It is the enemy of progress. I have said that a million times over. And if there are shop stewards that are complacent, you are 100% right. They need to go. A lot of them just like the fact that they're able to get nice vacations or go on their union meetings for 2 weeks. But in a scenario like this, where you have a lot of people saying, man, my shop steward sucks, then they need to be able to reach out to Tyler and say, hey, look, man, we have our election coming up in 3-4 months, man. But, we got 50 people at the office, 20 of them, they're okay with the guy because they get, what they want. But the rest of us, we can't stand them. What do we do? There has to be, obviously, you don't attack people when you say certain things because, oh, this guy's a dick, he's trying to attack me. But it has to be factual. Okay, well, here's your dilemma. You got about half the people that like him, half the people that don't. You have to do your own homework at the office. If the people that do like him feel like he is gonna bring them into the next phase of the future, then you guys are kind of stuck. But if you guys feel like they're just in bed with him as well because they get a couple days off, then you'll have to do some coursing of your own.
I always try to, sorry to interrupt. I always, whenever I'm talking about what I want to see from our union, the idea and what we're fighting for, I always want to encourage people, make it about the ideas. What What are we fighting for? Make it about the demands, about the program, not just about individuals and individual personalities. I don't know half the people on the executive council of the NALC personally. I don't know them personally. I can't speak about them as an individual. I've never had a barbecue in the backyard with them. And what I can speak about is their actions, what they fight for, what they say they want to do as a leader. And that's what if I see that that's not enough, that's not the right direction, I'm going to try to call that out. But I always want to make it about the ideas and not just about the individuals, because otherwise you just get into these personality battles. I don't want to be your best friend, but if you're going to be a fighter for our union, I'll vote.
It has to align with your own beliefs, and every one of the carriers believes that you deserve more money. As soon as the Teamsters landed their contract, every postal worker said, what in the blue hell is going on? Why are we not getting that? Where's our president? Oh, he's driving one of our vehicles, getting drunk and arrested. So it all played out the wrong way for him, unfortunately. He might be a nice guy. I don't know. I don't care. But from exactly what you said, what you see and what he's doing and what he's not saying supersedes anything else. You don't know what you're getting paid. You don't know when you guys are going to have your contract. They have some person to come and basically talk in between you two, but what's that really going to do? That's more of, all right, let's just keep the same thing that we had before going. That's not going to cut it. But these are a couple things that I want you to kind of, on your time, because your Zoom meetings are going to blow up because everybody's going to watch them, right? And see, that's me demanding. It's me demanding them to watch you. But one last thing, and this will be an opinion for you to share with them live. You realize that they're consolidating a lot of these buildings, and they're going to be doing a lot of these SNDCs. I went to one of them and saw, it go from 75 carriers to almost 500 carriers in one building. When you get a chance, talk about it. Talk about the pros, talk about the cons. I mean, it may not have affected you in your area yet, but kind of see what the perspectives are, see if there's anybody that has encountered it, and see what they think. I can give my opinion behind it. I walked into a shiny new building, saw a shiny new quarter. I'm like, damn, this place is nice. Brand new ice machines, brand new equipment, brand new hand trucks, brand new cases, brand new everything, brand new in there. I mean, you can literally eat off the floor because it was so clean. It was beautiful, brand new bathrooms. But everybody walked in there, they were miserable. They were like, man, this place is too big, man. This sucks. It had doors where, you got your bust through doors where they swing open. No, none of that. You walk up to a door, it goes up by itself. Everything is electric. It was beautiful. I'm not a carrier, though. I'm not a carrier, so I don't know how that affects me, because it doesn't affect me. I don't know how it affects you or how it would affect you. Just give one of your Zoom meetings. People want to know, because they talk about, oh man, this is going to be garbage, man. This is going to be garbage. Is it? Think about those NGDVs, next generation vehicles. They're coming out. One of our DSIs is out in Oklahoma getting trained on them. Give your opinion about that as well. Pros and cons. Keep it neutral, because they are coming. They're getting trained on them today as we speak. They probably got done with their second day today. So it's coming. And you're going to be here a while when it gets here. Yeah. Still look young, so you'll be here for it. So these are things that, why does my thing keep doing this? These are things that people want to talk about. If I give my opinion, oh, shut up, you're just a truck driver. Yeah, you're right. But hearing it from another carrier, it'd be nice. These are real life scenarios, and how that's going to affect your contract as well, because they're going to be breaking up routes. They're going to minimize the time. I know for a fact they continually hire more and more carriers in my area, and that's because they're breaking your routes up. So there's some people that live off overtime that hate it. There are some people that can't stand overtime that love it. But it's going to create more work, create more routes. But how's it affecting? Pros and the cons. Something for you to think about.
Without getting too much into it now, we did talk about that in a second meeting a little bit, and I think, you know, the way that it's being implemented is just, there's a number, without getting too deeply into it, there's a number of reasons why I think it's the way it's being implemented, at least it's not going well. I'm all for, you know, yeah, the post office, the world is constantly changing. We need to change with the times, right? But the way that that's done, it should not come at the expense of workers' working conditions or the customers, the American public's access to facilities. I'm very concerned that we have a very unique delivery network. You know, in a city, a lot of neighborhoods have post offices. You know, and there's many post offices, and worry of mine is that we go the route of having big mega hubs in the suburbs, like FedEx and Amazon and UPS. They're going to start closing down those neighborhood post offices, and it's going to really negatively impact customers' access to our facilities. For public service, we should be doing everything we can to make it very accessible and as affordable as possible.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.